Hello. Okay, we back. So are we live?
We are live.
Yeah, we are live.
Okay.
All right.
What happened in the technical difficulty
Yes,
area?
we're here. Hey,
All right.
let's get into it.
Don't know what happened here. Okay. But anyway, that's how much technical difficulties they are easy to overcome. Well, anyway, guys, welcome to The Truth Behind the Truth tonight. So glad to have you guys. I'm going to be intermittently talking because I don't have a voice, but I want to welcome everybody tonight. Thank you so much for taking the time out to be with us and share. As in this pre-holiday season that we're moving into. I know we're actually in the holiday season. Yeah,
He's a Christmas nut. So
I am.
I love Christmas, but not like woo.
Yeah, I'm like all in. I feel like I'm 12 years old again.
Yeah,
I'm always all in. But anyway, I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving and went and gave thanks for all of the wonderful things that they've been able to be fortunate to be a part of their lives in 2022. It's been an amazing ride this past year. But you know what? A lot of people didn't make it on this side. So, hey, we have to be grateful that we are, upon, as they say, old folks should say, I'm on the land of the living. So, we're grateful for that. But anyway, so I want to remind you about our social media base. Definitely, please get those likes, those shares, all those things up on our pages. Make sure to make that an important part of your day because we need them. Yes. All right, we need them, guys. We really need you, the guys, to be able to do that. And if you're on Facebook with us, remember that the Truth Behind the Truth Facebook was compromised. So we need you to merge yourself over to the Truth Behind the Authentic Truth page so that you're able to get your updates and things like that as to what we're going. And also go to our webpage, www.thetruthbehind-the-truth-productions.com. All right, that's in my full nut. Okay. Before we introduce our beautiful and wonderful guests, especially waiting there by our dear mother, gentlemen, how are you tonight? Harold, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really, really good.
Yeah, excellent.
Today's my son's birthday. He's 25.
Oh, wow.
Happy birthday, 40th century.
Yeah. And what? I find myself becoming my father. It's so funny how, my dad lives on through me unexpectedly because I said something to my son that my dad used to always say to me.
Oh, wow.
I said, oh, my God, you're 25. You're almost as old as I am. My dad used to say that every birthday I had, he would say that. And I find myself saying
you're as old as I am.
Yeah.
I said the same thing to my son as well. I really do. Honestly, I seriously.
Right.
What you talking about? Say he'll be 40. He'll soon. So every birthday I keep telling you already. But anyway, that's good. And tell him we all said happy birthday.
Yeah.
Keep pressing forward in his greatness because he comes from great stock. Amen. So definitely for sure. Parnell, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Eating my leftovers.
Y'all look at turkey on camera.
But it's not going to stick to Parnell like going to stick to the rest of us. Parnell works out a lot, so if he eating that, then it ain't going to stick. It's just going to go about his business.
Thank you for that. I used to laugh because I remember when I turned 29, my dad used to always be like, "How can you be 29? I'm only 27."
No, that's the truth. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
Good, excellent.
This weather though has been kind of icky out here, y'all. The weather out here in LA, it's cold.
Yeah.
Y'all, last year we didn't even get this type of cold, but this year it's just like it switched on us, and it's got people coughing and then COVID is. I don't think COVID is spiking up, but the numbers are going up a little bit.
It is a little bit.
Oh goodness gracious!
Unwillingly.
Yes,
that's how it's
very icky.
But anyway, without further ado, with this beautiful, charming, wonderful, darling, amazing, gorgeous.
Yes,
the 100-fold, the ride or die. Okay, the actor of actors, and last but not least, Hollywood. Iconic legend, okay, and Hollywood royalty. All right. So, as she always, our dear DeEtta West, actor DeEtta West, affectionately, Mama D, welcoming her back to the show again.
Yeah.
Again. Yes, it
yes.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Thank
Mama
you so much.
Yeah.
It's so good to be back with all my fellas. I love this. I mean, I don't know what more I can talk about. Y'all just keep bringing me back for more.
Well, you know what? We ain't gonna call it foul. We just giving like complete accolades.
That's
I mean, at the end of the day, where they are due, because we have another gentleman friend that's a part of our family here. You may have seen the show when he's on Sandy Hackett. He's the son of Buddy Hackett. And so he's part of our Hollywood royalty.
I missed that.
You missed it. Oh yeah. Sandy's on quite a bit. He pops in quite a bit often with us, as well. But you being Hollywood royalty as well because of your dear older brother, Clifton Little.
Yeah.
So
Blazing Saddles.
Cleveland Little. I'm sorry, I apologize. Cleveland Little.
Yes.
I mean, and all of that. So it's. I feel so honored to have this royalty that surrounds us, in that, and what you have bring to the industry in that aspect. But we'll dig into all that a little bit later, So, but we're just so happy to see you, and thank you for taking the time out. I guess this might be like your 6th appearance on The Truth Behind the Truth, because one thing I'll say is I'm gonna shut up, let y'all talk. When we first started this show, I was reaching out to to different individuals, and when I called Mama D up, she said, "Why do you even have to call me?" She said, "Baby, just tell me what time and I'll be there." Okay.
Right.
And she's been there every time, ever since.
Yes.
I mean, her and I have such a beautiful history together. On our first meeting, we met in an acting. Now here, I'm not being so to see. I'm being an acting coach to one of the greatest actors on the planet right here. Okay. So she's in my acting class.
I wish I booked some more auditions now. I feel like I'm you all know, I know Parnell knows we audition and we just, but
go
ahead. Give it to me. Give it to me. I need it.
So I was saying, and then she said, she said to me in the class, she said, we don't know each other yet, but I'm sure we're going to get to know each other really well, because our spirits connected. But she said, you teach like a good friend of mine. I said, really? She said, yeah. She said, have you heard of Greg Allen Williams? I said, well, yeah, that's my acting coach. She said, I knew something was right about you because our teaching tactics were basically very the same, because you pick up from your instructors and things like that, and incorporating who you are. And we just hit it off ever since then. And that's been years ago. And she's a mother to a lot of us in the industry, but I take her as my own. Okay. At the end of the day, but anytime that I've ever needed her encouragement, over throughout the years, she's called me up and said, "Baby, I got something to tell you. This is going to happen this way. And it's going to happen this way. Be ready for it." I'm like, "Okay, you know what, Mama? I trust your word." Right. So I really, really thank you from the deepest part of me, and I'm really thankful for all that you've invested in me, and will continue to invest in me. Yes. And we're looking forward to the day that we won't be in this setting, but we'll be in the studio, so you'll be sitting right there at the desk. Okay, so that's coming. That's on the way. Yeah. But anyway, it's about you, baby. Let's talk to you and let's see what's going on. So what's happening in your world?
Oh, Lord Jesus. Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you again for just having your mama to come back and talk to her sons, and to those who may be chiming in. Yes. I just love to be able to just shoot from the, I guess they say shoot from the hip. And I don't have to have anything prepared on a syllabus or sharing a screen with you with notes and all of that I can just talk the real, the truth, and just tell you the truth about the truth. It's the real truth. And I just want to say just thank you again for having me. I hope all of you had an amazing Thanksgiving, and then the Friday yesterday to eat them leftovers, and like Parnell, you're still eating leftovers. I ate so many leftovers. I said to my son, he was bringing his lady friend over, and I said, "Okay, I'm not doing any cooking." He said, "It's okay, I got it. I'm getting some pizza from Marco's." I said, "You good? Let's have some pizza." But the food was great, and just the whole purpose to just be thankful and to be grateful. And every one of you in the Zoom room, those who are here, my fellas here, and those who may be listening in, we have so much to be grateful for. And I could do a whole show, and each one of you could give a testimony of how good God has been to you, and that you're still alive. And I'm not going to start preaching, but you know how I
take your time, baby.
Come on, go there. And I'm grateful for so many things. I'm grateful that you connected me, JB, with all the fellas here, my sons here, my spiritual sons here, and that I feel their hearts and that they love me for who I am and not for what I do or what my IMDb says or for just because they met me, because they all can look at somebody's credits or their bio or their whatever and they say, okay, that's nice, that's cute. But for those that my truth behind the truth fellas right here, you, I feel, have to feel the heart and passion of a person to really, and to meet them and to know them, and not just what's on a piece of paper or on a IMDb or whatever, or on the screen. And so I know that you all genuinely love me, all of you, for who I am. And that's what makes me excited each time I come back, just to see your faces. I love the fact that you are all doing something. You're walking in your calling, and you may not be doing it all now because of the stuff that God is preparing for you. He's not ready to drop it on you right now. And so you have to just know that his timing is perfect. And I'm not trying to be preachy, but y'all know who I am.
Go ahead, girl.
You know, Mama D,
from where I am, from a place of experience and some things that have happened since last we met. I know I came on and supported Troy Bland and my other son. Oh Lord have mercy. Anyway, for their play that they did, I didn't get a chance to. Each one of you have so much that you still have not tapped into, or that you tapped into and maybe you got a little bit discouraged. And I'm talking to those who are viewing right now too, that you tried to tap into something that you're passionate about and it didn't quite go the way or as fast as you wanted it to go. So you backed up off of it, but we can't do that. And I'm talking, rolling up on being 73. And you know, all guys, I tell you my age because I'm grateful, but I thank God that you all just continue to stand fast and hold on and to wait and don't stop what you're doing. Don't stop the planning. Stay in position. And so I just want to kind of get that out, because I always pray and ask God, what do you have for me to say to your sons? What do you have me to say? And it might be applicable to all of you or just one or two of you. And it just, I mean, I can tell you that God used, and he didn't even know until I think I told Harold, didn't know the impact of juicing. And I've been kind of tipping into his social, and I finally, it was like, God will give you an unction in your belly about stuff. You know that? He'll give you something that drives you down in your belly. And so that kept coming back to me. I'd hear his testimony. Then I decided I'd scan his social, and then I'm connected. So now I know when he's showing some of his juices. And now this little old girl, and when I don't have that fancy $600 juicer he got, but I'm going to get me one of those. But I said, start here, and I got a juicer, and I begin to watch him, and I know what my issues are, and so God will bring people into your life, all of you. I'm talking to you all personally, and for those who may be viewing, God will bring somebody, and you might think, well, that's not important for what I need to do in my life. I'm this actress, I'm this evangelist, I'm this voiceover, trying to get back into my voiceover and all this stuff. I can't think about no juicing. Well, if you want to get your body together and live long enough, you better look at some juicing and feed the inner man. I can go to the gym because I'm a silver sneaker. I'm over 65. I can go and have to any gym that honors it, and I have free membership as long as my insurance. So I'm loving that. I know y'all don't know nothing about that. You got about 30.
And last show, you enlightened us about that. I was telling Jay, I said, Jay, I think you can now we have a gym downstairs, but I said, now you can go to the gym for free. My mom was like, who watched that episode, she was like, oh my goodness, you know what? She's got a point. I need to go find the next Planet Fitness, because I'm at that right age of getting that membership, that free membership. So you really enlightened a lot of people.
And that's all you have to do is you call your insurance and make sure they give you, at least my insurance, they give you a code, and then you call back to whatever the gym and you say, here's my code. They hook you up, and you got, now I have a trainer now. I do pay a trainer because Mama done got back into stuff. So he said, "You doing what?" I said, "I'm juicing, Mom. What you doing, Mama?"
Mama D, let me jump in here real quick. We got to go to our break, and we'll be right back.
Oh, thank you.
We're late for our break. It's all right.
Call 844-55-STARZ. It's Junk Stars, baby.
Hey, my name is Thurston, and here I have my CEO, son Langston. We specialize in junk removal, dumpster rental, and demolition. So if you need junk removed,
call Junk Stars.
You need dumpster rentals,
call Junk Stars.
All right, and we're back. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to The Truth Behind the Truth tonight. I am limiting my talking. That's why Parnell had to take over for me tonight. But anyway, thank you guys so much. We have our lovely DeEtta West, our affectionate Mama D, that is with us tonight as our beautiful guest that's spending time giving us the wisdom. So, hey, she got the floor tonight, y'all. So, I mean, hey, if she's ministering, if she's speaking words of inspiration, y'all need to listen, okay? Because it'll change your life. All right, go ahead with your question.
Can I also get into this story? Because this is a story that we probably need to talk about. Harold, you out there in North Carolina, any news about the Shanquella story?
Yeah, and I wanted to ask Mama D about that. And that's why I was really excited that she was coming on, because the Shanquella Robinson story, I don't know if you're familiar with it, Mama D, the young woman who went to Mexico with 6 quote unquote friends and ended up being killed by, I don't know if it's one of them, all of the details are still kind of sketchy. But the story just has been on my heart and my mind as a parent of a young person, and just the tragedy of going on a trip thinking that these people are your friends and something like this happening. And apparently, she was a very successful entrepreneur. She probably was the successful one out of the group. She actually, they said, paid for this trip. And I don't know if it was jealousy or what, but it's just been weighing heavy, I think, not just on my heart. I think so many people across the world, seeing this story, and just wanted to get your feelings and your take on that.
It is, first of all, it's very heartbreaking that you feel. I'll go with the friend part first. Mm-hmm. Everybody ain't your friend,
right?
And I know that's not proper English, but she was young, and we have to be so careful, especially when you're climbing the ladder. You are being successful always. Right. Sometimes you got to climb, you got to do some stuff alone as much as you want to do what she did so graciously, and to pay for a part, to have people to come with her. And it could have been some in there that she kind of knew was kind of hating on her, but she thought doing something like this might bring them together. Her heart was probably there with that. And then it breaks my heart that this would happen. Like you said, more details are coming, and I don't know the full story. I just know that this happened, and it was somebody on this trip that she paid for, you know. And we just have to be so careful with who we allow into our circle. And sometimes your circle may only be a party of one.
Right.
And that's you. And it doesn't mean that you think that you're better.
Right.
But it means that you got people that are in spaces where they are unhappy. They're not comfortable in their own skin. They don't love who they are. And you have to, that's when it comes to a place where you have to say, God, give me a discernment. Show me their heart. Show me. And as much as you may want to connect and have friends around you and everybody loving up on you, everybody's not loving up on you. They're hating up on you. And they want to get into your space to see how they can sabotage or assassin you. And so all I can really say, of course, we pray for her family.
Yeah.
And it saddens me. It's like almost one of those things where you're speechless, where I can't really say where did that come from, because I think I just basically said it. It's always a hater in the group. There's always somebody who pretends. It happens in our churches. Everybody up in the church house ain't saved, sanctified, hook of Messiah, filled with the Holy Ghost, all that.
Right.
They're not. I promise you, the enemy sends in his troops and his demons to infect the body of Christ. Let's just go there. Now let's go even outside of the body of Christ. You don't have to be in the body of Christ to be infected by demonic forces that don't want to see you prosper. And we have all been, and I'll say myself, guilty of like backing up and like, oh maybe I'm not good. She didn't really say that I did that scene well. But you booked the gig. What are you worried about if the director or the producer, or if they spoke to you, or and I experienced that on a set that I was on. I don't know if I should really say it, but you're in it and you booked it. And even though she was not happy because she wanted somebody else to have that role and they tried to push it.
Wow.
But God said, no.
This is what you're supposed to see.
And said, this role is for her, for me. And so then you, meaning, like I said, you got haters, you're a producer and you're producing and you're part of the directing and producing and executive producer. And God already showed me you, because the two people who were the creators of this project, who brought me into it, I'd already warned me that you're going to feel it's going to be something, and just do you, because we know you can do you. So I said all that to say that I had to step beyond, because when I tried to not be phony, but to speak to this person when I walked on set, and to try to be how my mama brought me up to be, and to almost get like a snub, I'm like, okay. Oh, okay. Well, I'm about to make your little movie here. I may only have a small, but it's a significant role, but I'm about to just do what I'm going to do, and I'm not studying you. And it eventually, God shook that all up and brought it to another space. But I don't know why I went on that tangent. I'm just saying that there are always going to be somebody in the room, and some of them you won't even know. Some of them can be family members, can be friends, like with this young lady. They like hating on you.
Right.
And and I'm talking from a place of experience. So when I talk to you all, I'm not talking about something I read in a book and I've got the right words to say to you. I'm talking about family members that you have, and they may puff you up and may say you're great. Oh, I've watched you in this, and oh, my sis, they bragging on me to other people, but you are being nasty and saying things to me, and I'm giving you a part of me right now. Everybody who's listening, and you're saying, "Oh, you think you're perfect? Oh, you think where is that? What are you talking about?"
Right.
And I think I'm perfect. I'm not perfect.
Right.
And I won't reach that place until I see Jesus. We're all striving for perfection, but you still ain't gonna reach it, but we still strive for it. We still walk, and we walk in a place, spirit of excellence. Everything that we're doing, I don't care how insignificant any of you feel what you're doing right now may feel, because you may not be getting the feedback or the things that you feel that you deserve. You keep doing what you're doing and do it as unto God, and take all those gifts that you're operating in.
Absolutely.
Use them for Him. And
Yeah.
should you gain any praise, it all goes to Calvary, and He keeps blessing you. So I'm juicing.
Okay,
I go out every week. I do every morning. First thing, I give myself my little mason jar, and I know, and I'm not. I had to go back to that because then my daughter, and as JB and Dylan know, because I always call you Dylan. I said it right that time. Right? So, I was out in California, and I was in Corona, and I really was like stuck there. First time really going back to see my grandkids, my son-in-law, and my daughter, who are stone vegans. But she said, so Mom, what do we need to get you? I said, well, she said, what do you want for breakfast in the morning? I said, what I usually do is first thing is I juice. I drink my mason jar. It's like I think it's 16 ounces or 24. I want it. I drink that down like first thing, empty stomach. And she said, well, what do you put in it? I said, always pineapple. Always pineapple, because of the inflammatory. Now, I'm not trying to preach on that, but y'all need to hear. We need to be doing it. Y'all need to be doing it now. I know that Harold does, but as in our young, because it begins to get that inside. You have your vegetables. I always do pineapple, and I always do spinach and kale and English cucumbers, blueberries and strawberries. That is and ginger. That is my intake. That is every week. I juice for the week, and I shoot that down. I feel, you see, I'm wired up. But
well, Mama D, I want to jump in here real quick, because I know earlier when JB was introducing you as an icon and a legend, we lost one of our icons and legends with the passing of Miss Irene Cara today at the age of 63. A lot of us were introduced to her with Sparkle.
Number one from Fame.
Fame, the theme song for Fame, and Shady Sadie, and her co-writing and singing the theme from Flashdance, What a Feeling. They haven't
Oscar winner for Flashdance.
Yeah, Oscar winner. Yes, she won an Oscar for that. Yeah. She won a Grammy for Fame. She won an Oscar for Flashdance,
right?
And she won a Grammy for both the song for Fame and the song for Flashdance. Which she wrote. So it's just like, I was kind of like, for a lot of people who grew up during that time, like, not Irene Cara, no. A lot of our legends, as you said, 73, a lot of our legends don't get to make it to that age, but thankfully we do have their films and their music to carry on. And like they say in the movie Coco, as long as somebody remembers you, you're never truly gone.
And what a strong woman, a strong legend, a strong woman whose story needs to be told. There's so many stories, tall tales about people who have went through triumph and then all of a sudden they went through some form of, they kind of fell off a little bit. I would love for her story to be told, because there was something popped up on my timeline about after she had written all that music, after she had garnered all those awards. We have heard this story a lot within the industry about the industry taking advantage.
Right. She was blackballed.
Now it's just so that right there kind of threw me a little bit, because because early this morning when I heard that she had passed, I said to myself, I hope that she got as much as she could get out of her career, but not knowing the story of what happened, because we didn't hear too much from her for a while. So, when I heard when she did this interview somewhere in the 90s about the fact that she had to go to court and had to sue the company that she was working for her money, for her royalties and all this stuff, I said to myself, this is the reason why when you walk into this industry as a new artist, an actor, whatever, a screenwriter, a designer, you need to know these stories, because these stories are so needed, because this is where you need to learn the lessons of those who have walked into those steps and they had, to learn these situations.
So maybe that's a good question for Mama D. I mean, that kind of segue from your point about that. Is that being a woman that you've been in this industry for like five decades, per se, and how is it that you have been able to, I think, keep yourself current, number one, and relevant as to is it that you select more of your roles that are offered to you, or how do you navigate through that? And then also the contract situations too, like you mentioned, to obtain the rights to your projects and things of that nature. How have you navigated over these 5 decades?
Well, I've had pretty much most of my agents as far as contracts. I've been very fortunate to have a good agent, good representation, and usually I trust them. Those that have been in my life, I trust my agent now, and I trust them when something comes up. Navigating through it, I do, and we've talked about this before. I have turned down auditions because I have my set boundaries. I'm not holier than thou. I will cuss in a movie, and I think I've had this conversation before. But I'm not going to drop the F-bomb. I'm not going to I won't call a woman a B. That's just I just can't do that. I can't comfortably. And they say, well, I've had some bigger actors and actresses than me. Well, you just acting, girl. It's not, you ain't going to hell for it. I said, that's not what I'm dealing with. It's, I'm not comfortable. So when I do an audition, what I've done, I will change the word. So, and I may have shared this before, but I'll share it again. Instead of if a line says, B, why you, whatever it might be, I'll say, heifer, you ain't coming at, instead of using I'll find something. And if that casting director, producer, / all of those who are going to view that tape, they may say, they may go back to my agent and say, okay, we like her, but why isn't she saying that? Well, my agent already know, because I've already told her I'm going to do the audition, but I'm telling you up front, I'm not dropping the F-bomb, and I'm not calling nobody an MF, and I'm not calling a woman a B. So, and all these things, cussing and stuff, and then I can replace them. I can say hell. I'll say, because hell is a place that maybe some people are going. And I'll say damn, because it's a water reservoir, I want to make myself feel good about it. I might say doo-doo, but not doo-doo, but the other word. I might. I don't know who's listening in right now. I haven't been reading.
No, you're fine.
I'm very protective about that, and nobody's trying to look at my body naked. But back in the day, anything that would call for nudity, I might kiss somebody, as we've talked about this before. I know, as you know, Greg Allen has played my husband in 5 movies, and I've had to kiss him, and so everybody else would be in total shock. I said, that's my acting coach, that's my friend. I can kiss him all up in his lips if I choose. And my husband already knew it, because I already let him know I'll be kissing him quite a few times in this particular movie. Okay.
Hold tight real quick before we go on. We got to go to a quick break, and we will be back with more insight, more inspiration. All right. Thank you so much, Mama D. We'll be right back, guys. Ooh. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the Truth Behind the Truth tonight. Real quick, want to remind you, definitely go to our website, www.thetruthbehindthetruthproductions.com. You can keep up with all of our information, basically of our upcoming guests, future shows, and go back and to the click links and excuse me, and view the previous shows. Excuse me, guys.
Get out of them. Get it out.
Oh, yeah,
Get it
right.
out.
Excuse me. And also want to remind you, coming up next week, for a very first time guest, author Brad Candy will be with us introducing his new book. So he'll be with us next week. And week after that, we have another special guest coming. And then on the 16th, is that maybe 16th? Yeah, 16th of December is our annual Christmas party show. So get ready for that, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun coming up in December. Then we close out December with our New Year's party show. Man, we're going to be having a good time. We're going to be in different locations, music going on, people on camera and all that stuff. We're going to be our own Dick Clark. Well, I like Ryan Seacrest. I'm going to say we're going to be our own Dick Clark.
Oh, let's talk about Dick Clark. Let's get into Dick Clark.
What's wrong with Dick Clark?
Oh no, but y'all know the AMAs was this past. Now, I know y'all don't watch the award shows, but did y'all watch the AMAs? Did anybody watch it?
I watched some of it.
Segment of it. Y'all know that, and Lionel Richie was given the Achievement Award, Iconic Achievement Award, which I was happy about because you saw little Stevie Wonder, which is now old Stevie Wonder. he was out there. He was still out there singing and going and everything. And who else was out there? It was a lot of. But I love that portion of the AMAs.
Right. Okay.
Because let me tell y'all something. It's something y'all know when Dick Clark died. And I know I'm going on a tangent right here, but when he died, the spirit of the AMAs died. I think the spirit of the music industry had passed because right now we in a situation. And I'm going to bring this up too because I know this is just random right now. But y'all know Thriller 40, the anniversary of the Thriller album. It's called Thriller 40.
Right.
It's been passed. But there was a tribute as well at the beginning of the AMAs that was supposed to happen with Chris Brown and Sierra and all these people. And they canceled it at the last minute. They rehearsed this and everything and canceled it because of, Chris Brown's allegations. And then they wanted to bring up a little bit of Michael Jackson's allegations.
Seriously. Oh my God.
And then I thought about Dick Clark. I thought about the fact that when he was alive, how the music industry as a whole came together for moments like this. You had everybody came together. But now that he has passed and certain other people has passed, that spirit has left us.
Right.
And I think that has put a situation within the industry where we don't have great content or great artists or great camaraderie. It's just not there anymore. It's the soul of music because of those people who have not passed, like Don Cornelius was another one. Don Cornelius, Dick Clark, Ed Sullivan, all of these people who gave platforms to great artists. We don't have those anymore. And I looked at the AMAs the other night and said, this is really not what I thought it could have been.
Well, the genre of music, I'll let Mama speak on this, and say the genre of music, number one, has reshaped what we consider music now at the end of the day, because we don't have what is even classified as great, even popular music anymore, let alone R&B. I mean, it's all become this morphed together idea of what hip hop is over there. And I'm sorry, y'all like hip hop. I'm sorry. Okay, at the end of the day, I didn't like it when it started, and I don't like it now. All right, it's gotten worse. In the process, they're like, oh my God, he's talking about that hip hop. But I think the originating hip hop was not what it has become. And you take that from the early 80s and 90s, it's gotten to the point where it is extremely raunchy, and that is just, I think it has shifted from what you're speaking about. The essence of true good music that people went in the studio. You had bands, you had people that wrote music, not wrote rap lines or wrote rap lyrics. And I'm not taking away from spoken word. That's a whole different category. But the things that have leaked out there, and it all emanates from behaviors that these executives have found, and this is the truth. One of the true stories about hip hop is that it evolved from the strip clubs. Okay, and the type of music came out of the strip clubs because of these executives were going to the strip clubs making these deals, and they found this kind of particular music, so they
Now
incorporated.
you're talking about trap music.
Well,
that's another situation. That's up to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I see what you're saying.
know,
though. Trap music, but hip hop, that's another situation. But
Right.
trap music, yes, I
Right.
believe either out of the strip club and out of the drug house.
Right.
But I mean, do y'all agree, Parnell? Do you agree with
Well, you know me, no, because that is a part of hip hop, a thing that branched off in its own little separate thing. But whenever we have these conversations about, the music has got so raunchy, y'all should listen to some of those old blues songs from back in the day that was raunchy as a hell. So music hasn't gotten raunchy.
Right.
There have always been artists who were raunchy and really explicit in their lyrics.
Right.
And today there are still a lot of people. You got the folks who talk about doing everything up under the sun.
Right.
And then you got the folks who are just like, yeah, I'm talking about the party thing. I'm talking about consciousness. And there's room for all of it. Because everybody can enjoy some of it. I think, yes, absolutely. Definitely what has happened is a lot of the more negative stuff with calling women all kind of everything outside of their name has really been pushed a lot aside. But what I always push back is on the female artists who get so much pushback for declaring their sexuality and their ownership. Like, oh, why she got to sing? Why can't she? Why can't she own her sexuality just like men have been doing for decades without question? But the minute a woman does it, oh, I can't believe it. Why? Stop it. Okay, go ahead.
You sound like some of the old guard when Madonna came out with Like a Virgin. Remember when she first came out and she was scrawling all over that floor in that wedding gown?
Right.
Go ahead, Harold. We can. What did you get? I mean,
we're gonna let Mama have the last word on it. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Harold.
go Harold.
Okay, first of all, I want to thank Tawana Hall Scott for your comments, and I am trying to represent. I really am, and just like Parnell said, the music even back then, when it was still some stuff going on then, but what has happened, it started then. They still made music, but there was still raunchiness, but it was music. And now as we keep going and we go through decades and decades, now we're in a place where we still have the raunchiness, but where's the music? I'm not saying put music, but where's the music? So everything is the rapping, and you talk, where is the music that you could dance to, that you could, I mean, you can dance to rapping and hip hop. I love a good rap when it's something that's motivating, and you may not be singing, but you got the beats, you got your beats right, and you're doing what you're doing, but you're saying stuff that's motivating, uplifting, and inspiring. So that is where my problem. If you want to rap because you can't sing, but you're a good rapper, then rap something that's going to. We already got enough pressing us down and pushing us down as it is. So why do we need our own people calling women, Black women, out of their names, even though they might act that way? Calling Black men, women that are rappers that are calling Black men, and all of this. Is that really necessary? This is what bothers me. Being torn down as it is from other races and other. Why are we doing this to
ourselves?
So that's what. And again, with I wanted to go back on Irene as being I don't know the full story. I don't know how she passed. You all may be able to get. I just know that was an icon. When you're talking about icons and speaking about myself, I had something I'll show you real quick. And it's funny you would mention it because I was cleaning up my little area where I'm in now. And someone did this and sent this to me of my brother.
Oh, wow.
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 Can you see it good?
Yes.
Yeah, I think this light might be doing something a little crazy.
Yes.
Cool. Yes. Through this and sent it to me. But anyway, that's that. But so Irene, and then we talk about, like you said, the music from then. It's no new thing under the sun. It's just as we keep going, it just keeps getting progressively worse, And so I wish we would just stop it and begin to lift each other up. You can lift it. You don't have to be, I don't mean to say this, like you don't have to be a Christian saved in the church just singing gospel. You can we lift each other up with
absolutely.
all types of music. Jazz. I love jazz. Even your instrumental music can be lifting, you know, and R&B, all of that. We don't have to always be talking about sex all the time, you know, with it. Sex is just gonna be there. You don't have to even sing about it, talk about it. People gonna do it without music. So why you gotta try to do it? You know, we don't have to be talking about weed and reefer and whatever other stuff they call. We don't have to talk about all that. It's out there. Let's bring people together and talk about just love.
Right.
Lionel Richie's, the Smokey Robinsons, the Temptations.
Right.
The Myra, that Carrie girl. Jennifer Hudson, the Yolanda, and the songs that you can sing that don't necessarily have to be. Love is not just God is love, whether you're Christian or not, whether you believe in God and that Jesus died on the cross. This world is about love. We're doing too much stuff that's taken away from what our mission in life should be, is to respect folk and to love them unconditionally and keep bringing a light in and shining in this dark world and be unapologetically Black, unapologetically loving, unapologetically forgiving, and just keep it moving.
Right.
And start supporting those who speak that message too. So, and that's the thing. We need to start supporting the people who are speaking that message of truth and a motivation of love. We got to put more. If you don't, and that's the thing. If we're consumers, they can put out as much as they want to, but as the consumer, you have that power. Right. I keep telling my customers, you have the power to spend your money the way you will spend your money. So if you don't like it, don't support it.
So true.
Right. That's why a lot of artists went independent, because what the major labels are pushing is that the gangster, whatever image and all that good stuff. Whereas, like, I can't remember, there's a couple of rappers who were talking about it that were putting out positive stuff. Like, nobody would hear that. Even with, I had to bring his name up. Even with Kanye West, when he first came out with Jesus Walks, there was you can't put a song out like that. Nobody's going to listen to that. And it became a huge hit because it was like, wait a minute. We wanted to hear something different. When gangster rap first came out, yes, it was important to get that message out of what these young men, in particular women, were experiencing in the street. But after a while, yes, Common and Talib Kweli, those are the folks who are just like, I'm putting some positive stuff out there, but I'm not getting the same support from the record label, because what they want to hear is, oh yeah, that's good. Let's keep that going. Right. And record labels do that all the time. When somebody has something big with one thing, all the other labels try to get it. Like back in the day when it was Britney and Christina and Jessica, everybody had to have a little blonde girl on their label who sang and danced. Right. And it's not that same kind of originality that there used to be back in the day, where you could tell this is so-and-so, this is so-and-so, that's so-and-so sound. That's what the minute the song comes on, you know who it is. Now the artist, you be like, who is that? Which one is that?
I know, right? Exactly. Let us go. We got a quick break to go to real quick, and we'll be right back with a little bit more with Mama D. We'll be right back, guys. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into The Truth Behind the Truth tonight. I want to remind you real quick about next week's guest. For the very first time, author Brad Candy will be with us talking about his wonderful book that he's put together about the healing of cancer. So how it has affected his family in different ways. So he's built this great small novel about that. He's also looking at trying to do a movie and a play from the book. So should be some really interested in hear about what he's got to say about that. But anyway, go ahead. You got a point, right?
Yes, and after the show, whenever y'all get a chance, go head over to YouTube, type in DTWW Reaction, where I do mostly musical as well as movie reactions. And let me tell you, it has been a labor of love for those who have not been watching. Please go over and watch it and support it. But for those who have, I'm telling y'all will enjoy yourselves. There's a lot I put into it, editing wise, information. I tell you, like I said, it's been a labor of love. And to be honest with you, I have to say, there's a conversation to be had. I get a lot of comments from these reactions about certain information that I put out. People that who knew these people, they come to the comment. I'm telling you, we have fun. So go to YouTube, type in DTWW Reactions, and hey, let's have a conversation.
Actually, he's done a lot of work putting it together. It's one of the productions of the Truth Behind the Truth productions that he put out there, and it's just really doing very well. To bring such historical moments to people that don't have a clue, about a lot of things within the music industry and the movie industry and things like that. That is very informative. And he's got a lot of information he's put out there. People are like, oh my gosh, I didn't know this about this person, how inspiring this person was.
And it's so funny. I have gotten so many hits from Olivia Newton-John. I did not know a lot of people, and this is just me. You live here in the States, but you're talking about somebody who has passed some months. It was a month ago. How long? Olivia Newton-John.
About 2 months.
I'm still getting hits and comments and people telling me how much they miss her and how they enjoy that conversation. It just kind of geeks me a little bit, because that is something we know. Those who are so involved in musical theater, musicals, what we talk about all the time.
Right.
It's nice to have conversations in the comment boxes about these people and to know that you might be talking to a good relative,
right,
or a friend in the industry. So you just never know who you're talking to until all of a sudden they open themselves up. So just go over there and support. And I hope you enjoy what you see. All right.
Thank you for that. Mama D, tell everybody how they can, number one, how they can follow you. I mean, where your social media sites are, and then what movies and television that we can be looking forward to seeing that beautiful, wonderful smiling face.
Well, my name, if you put it in Twitter, I'm pretty much more active on Facebook and Instagram, and just DeEtta, at DeEtta West. And then if you're trying to figure out what I've been doing, IMDb, which is the movie-based database, you can check that out. And for those of you who are getting in the spirit of Christmas, poor Thanksgiving, you can't even step out of it. We've already got Christmas lights up. I'm saying, but anyway, I know many people love the Chandler family and Aspire Network, and check your local listing for Aspire TV. I this evening before coming on, I text the head of programming for Aspire, and I said, "Oh, girl, I know you're running them movies. Can you give me some dates? Because I know my folks on The Truth Behind the Truth are probably going to ask me what I got going on." So, beginning December 3rd on Aspire TV, and you'll have to look it up. They're going to be running the Marry Me for Christmas, Marry Us. There are 5 movies, and they'll be running them throughout all of December. December 3rd, December 10th, December 17th, December 24th, a marathon on December 25th, and then also on one of their segments called Black Movie Magic. And it'll be those movies that people love so much, the Christmas movies, back to back. And like I said, we did 5 of them. And then a movie coming up the first part of the year. I don't have the exact date that I did. That's going to air on Tubi, and it's called Safe Word.
Okay.
It's an interesting movie. So if you know the backstory on 50 Shades of Grey, Clothes on, but I'm clutching them right now. I'm in that movie, baby. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
The way my eyebrow raised when you said "safe word," I was like, "Oh."
What did you say?
I said the way my eyebrow went up when you said "safe word," I was like, "Oh."
Right. I didn't even have to do anything else, but that's just safe word. And if you follow that thing, you'll know what that's about. But anyway, I play the mother, and I can't tell you a whole lot, but you'll see it. I play the mother of the woman. If you've watched the movie 50 Shades of Grey, the girl that was captured by, I think his name was Christian. That was the name Christian. But anyway, so I play the mother. This is a Black version. How about that? I can tell you that much.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's a Black version of 50 Shades of, and I play the woman's mother. So it's an interesting, very good. Oh yeah, there you go, Chandler Christmas. Okay, y'all own it. Look at Chandler Christmas, Getaway, and then there's 4 that come before that. If you follow the sequence, and you just Aspire TV. We pray again for Irene that she shot back up there. And, so that's what I think that I've got something that's brewing and that I'm working on right now. Something with, but I can't really say. You know how you want to tell stuff, but you just tell it all.
So if you could take one quick minute, 1 minute, and then just kind of live us with a little holiday inspiration and something for 23 coming in, we greatly appreciate that, and we'll finish with that.
Okay. When I get into the year, I take the year, and I learned this from a conference that I speak at every year, and they'll take you're gonna go through in 2022. I'm just making that one up.
Right.
But for 2023, I would just say, be free. In 2023. Be free. Loose yourself. Stop talking about people that are holding you down and chains and shackles and what's this? The songwriter Parnell, you be able to help me. Take the shackles off your feet so you can dance.
Mary.
The sisters, Erica. And so you have the power to take the shackles off your feet and be free and let yourself be the butterfly that flies with all the gifting that we have. For those who are online here and those my sons here in the Zoom room, you need to be free in 2023. Continue on the road. Study to show yourself approved.
Yes.
Iron sharpens iron. Get yourself with people like in our room here right now, where we sharpen each other. Any of you can call me whenever you feel like it. There's no limit to that. You got my phone number. If you don't have it, JB will give it to you. Just we don't have to wait, till we come together. And then I'm trying to tell all of you everything, and I'm trying to say it all in 10 minutes.
Yeah, we got to wrap up. So we take it all in, Mama. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. We're grateful, but you're welcome at this table at any time. Have a powerful holiday. I know I'll talk to you beforehand, but have a powerful holiday coming and going through. Hey, guys, we'll see you next week here on the Truth Beyond Truth with author Brad Candy. Have a powerful night. Thank you for tuning into the Truth Behind the Truth. Have a great night. Bye-bye.